Abby, yeah, where are you based about then?
St Andrews.
Yeah, and what is it you do for the purpose of people watching this?
Normally I'm a nature and wildlife photographer.
Yeah.
That's what I spend my time doing, but obviously not at the moment because we're locked in.
Do you get a chance to photograph locally, or do you go further afield, or?
All over Scotland.
Okay.
I love the wildlife and nature of Scotland, so I photograph in Scotland. And I mean, I recently learned to drive, so I passed my test about 3 years ago, so now I'm able to drive all over Scotland, and so yeah. I go wherever I can.
And how have you found things then with the lockdown? How have you found that?
What, being stuck at home or not being able to photograph?
I think a bit of both, really.
Well, I mean, I'm very busy, so I don't have a problem being stuck at home because of what I do. Most of the time, I'm out. So much that I need to do at home doesn't get done. So, you know, I'm quite happy, and I've got lots of hobbies, so I'm quite happy being at home. I'm really missing being out photographing, and you know, I'm missing red squirrels, I'm missing birds, I'm missing beautiful landscapes. But you know, we've got to stay at home to keep, you know, ourselves and others safe. Therefore, you know.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
And how have you? So then you've adapted to support the local community. And so how have you done that, and what is it you're doing?
I am making visors. I was absolutely horrified when I saw that central government were not providing PPE to so many people. And so, you know, I said to my husband, could we buy a 3D printer and start making our own visors? And he said, definitely, I'll look into it. And he did a lot of research into, you know, what PPE, you know, was accepted, what was good, you know, and he found a visor which they were using all over the world. We bought a 3D printer and started making visors.
Wow, so you actually went out and bought a 3D printer?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
I thought, you know, the people who work in care homes, the people who work in the NHS, they're poorly paid, and, you know, they're not valued. For years they've not been valued by, you know, and I was so disgusted by that. You know, I wanted to do something. And also I felt I'm stuck at home. What can I do to kind of help these people? So that's why I decided to do it.
So what have you done so far then, and where has that led you to today?
Well, we've I've got another screen next to me, so I can tell you. I can't remember offhand, but I mean, what we did was we bought a 3D printer, and then we thought, you know, we bought some plastic and some acetate ourselves, but after that we thought, you know, how can we fund it? So I set up a GoFundMe page, which has since raised £1,300. We've bought 2 more 3D printers, and I have now, let me see, donated 610 visors so far to 26 different care homes and other organisations.
Yeah, and is that care homes and organisations across Fife then?
Yes, yeah.
Would anybody know them locally? Have you mentioned who they were, or?
I imagine so. Yeah. I mean, I've got a whole long list of them. We started with a place called Rymonth in St Andrews, which I believe is a facility for people who are still in their homes but are cared for, people with learning disabilities and sort of some dementia patients who are still at home. And then we literally started phoning round care homes in Fife and saying, you know, I'm Abby Warner, I'm donating the visors, do you need any? And I mean, I've donated to a home called Lunardi Court, Abbots,
know it well,
Lomond View, North Eden House, Pitlair House, Willow House, that's in Saladike, Earls Ferry Care Home, Scooney House Care Home, Hairstane Care Home, that's in Dundee, Beaches Care Home in Dunfermline. I think that's the furthest we've gone so far.
Ah, right, okay. So how does anybody get in touch with you then if they want, if they need these visors and, you know?
Well, if they go to my Facebook page,
Which I can put a link onto our post with.
Yeah, I think it's Abby Warner 3. Yeah, it's Abby Warner 3. If you type in Abby Warner photography, that will take people to my.
You can get either or, really. You can get actually to your personal Facebook page, or you can get to the Abby Warner photography.
Yeah.
And they would just get in touch with you through Messenger, or you know.
They can get in touch with you, yeah, through Messenger, or I have a GoFundMe page, which there's a link on my Facebook page.
And I'll put that in this post as well.
Or, I mean, I can give my email if people want to email me direct.
Yeah, absolutely. And you got that email on you, or do you want me just to supply that in the post?
No, I can. It's Abby, which is ABI.
Yep.
At abbywarner.co.uk.
Perfect. Okay, and that's how they can get in touch with you. And how much would it be for these PPE masks? You know, would they need to pay for them, or? Well,
to care homes and the NHS, we're donating them. You know, obviously when we deliver them, or when I say I do have a GoFundMe page, and if people are able to donate, fine. Donate to the GoFundMe, fine. But but to businesses, we ask for the cost price, and if people are willing to, a donation as well.
Perfect. And roughly, what does it cost you to produce one of these?
It costs us about £1, because of obviously the cost of the plastic, and the acetate goes up and down because people are profiteering.
Let's be honest, Abby. I don't think the suppliers to the UK government will be supplying these type of masks for £1.
No,
they'll be charging a lot more. I can guarantee you that. So, as a community, then, how can we help? Do you need us? Do you need people to support you, or provide on the GoFundMe page, or?
Absolutely. We've nearly run out of funding. And therefore, for us to continue, we need the funds to come in.
Yeah.
Also, I would like, for certain shops and businesses which are closed, if they're wanting to go back and don't have PPE and don't know where to get it, I'd like contact numbers, or them to contact me, because I don't want people to have to go back to work unprepared.
Yeah, that's very admirable. I like that.
And I mean, this is the basic. Can you see that?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the basic, what we print. And then a piece of acetate. Obviously I wear a mask and gloves when I'm putting them together and printing. It's that simple.
Well, that is so simple, isn't it?
It is, and it can be taken apart and washed and reused, and then that's.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fantastic. Okay, Abby, what I'll do is I'll post all the links on this this page, on this link itself, and people can directly contact you via that method. Just as a by the way, so when we're finished this and this is all over, I mean, what are you most looking forward to?
Oh, seeing Red Field again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just getting, I think for my own personal mental health, being out in the country, being out in the mountains, being in beautiful places, photographing birds, photographing mammals, is what keeps me going. And so I struggle without that. And
well,
so
this is Mental Health Awareness Week, apparently.
Yes, yeah.
So this falls in perfect line with that.
Yeah.
So then, what do you love about St Andrews the most?
When we moved up here 10 years ago, we used to live in Inverness prior to that, but we had to go back to London. We came up on holiday as a family, and I said to my husband, this is where I've got to be. I went for a walk on the West Sands, and I said, I found my home. I found where my heart is. And he said, don't be so silly. And I said, no, this is where I've got to be. I've found my home. I've found my place. And within, I think, about 18 months, we were living up here.
Wow. Yeah,
and
you just know. You just know,
yeah,
don't you? Yeah.
We used to live in Inverness, and and I absolutely loved it, and was very sad when we had to go back up to London. And I love Scotland. I love the landscapes. I love the nature. I love the wildlife. You know, I love the people. And
yeah.
So this is where I'm happy.
That's brilliant. Well, Abby, thank you very much for your time. We are recognising you as a local hero. Thank you very, very much for that. And hopefully something will come in this, and more funding will come in from the people watching this video.
Well, I mean, I don't consider, you know, I don't see myself doing anything. It's the care workers, the NHS, the key workers, who they're the real heroes in this.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you very much for your time, Abby.
Your pleasure.